Oh, come on! There is no way. There's no way.
Yeah, hi Gooseworks, it's me. So,
What the hell?
oh my goodness.
Hello folks, welcome back to Tater Animations. I'm on the verge of tears. So there was a lot of hype for the Amazing Digital Circus episode 8, and I thought I'm not gonna make a video on it, because the video I made in preparation for episode 8 kinda said all I had to say. The whole thing was basically, theory culture kind of misses the point, and really the story's a lot more simplistic than we're making it. So really we shouldn't worry too much about C and A and Kane as a human, and just focus on the story that we have. And, I was right. So I decided to move on with my life. Listen, I love the Amazing Digital Circus, but I thought I've got nothing more to say, so why would I add to the noise when I don't have anything to say? Well, I have something to say now. You see, I was working on a new video about, granted, another glitch show, because that's just what people like, and I like to give the people what they want. And I was making a video about the Gaslight District, talking about how people don't tend to remember it, even though it's definitely one of people's favorite glitch shows. And I was trying to analyze, well, why is it that, this great show is tending to get forgotten? I know it'll come back later, but, let's weigh the possibilities, let's see how Glitch could give it more attention, and how they could have spaced it better. And then, while I was writing the part of the script where I, sort of criticized Glitch's upload schedule, they released the episode 9 trailer. I will never escape these little Also, I don't know where the Ragatha plushie is, which apparently is a running joke on this channel because I lost her in the last video too. Also, I didn't have time to decorate this set, so there is a hidden Jax somewhere in this set. I bet you'll never find him. Whoa. Also, I don't have the Kane costume. What do I have? I have the Curiosity Hill hat from the place where Bill Cipher is, and it kind of makes me look like a trucker, but I also have this guitar. I am a good content creator. So, sorry for the stalling. I like to put some jokes in these videos to lighten up the mood, because it's into theorization time. Now, I told everybody that I would never do theories on the Amazing Digital Circus again, because it misses the point. But I think I found a good balance between the two. Not looking at tiny little details and making huge leaps that make no sense, but just taking what we do know to draw a natural conclusion about what the logical end of the story would be. And you know that this is going to be a better quality video, because look at this. My chair barely squeaks. Granted, this one doesn't turn around as much, which was fun, but the other one was kind of just like, Dang it, I'm procrastinating again. Okay, to the point. In the Amazing Digital Circus trailer for episode 9, we see tons of stuff. Not much in way of, what the plot of the episode's gonna be, but enough that we can piece it together. Obviously, we must address the elephant in the room. Insert funny joke about said elephant being a frog. So Ribbit appears in a flashback sequence, fully animated in 3D for the first time officially, leading me to believe that we're definitely going to be getting tons of flashbacks this episode. Given that the voice actor for Kane was present during the episode 9 script reading, we can also assume that Kane is going to have some lines probably in flashbacks and stuff. They have confirmed that Kane is dead. The voice actor confirmed, and for all those people saying Bubble Able theory, I've been saying this since the episode dropped. Bubble was not in the end credits and therefore can't still be alive. That's the implication. And later, on Twitter, or Tumblr, or I don't know, one of them social medias the kids are using, Gooseworks confirmed that Bubble is indeed dead. But that's not the only thing Gooseworks confirmed. I think Gooseworks might have inadvertently ended up revealing the ending of the show. Now, the way people see it, there's two possibilities. Either the show's gonna end with them being trapped in the circus forever, or the show is gonna end with them escaping. Those are really the only two possibilities, because there's literally nothing in between, I suppose, right? No matter what the ending is, they will either be in the circus or not in the circus. So that's really not helpful. But Gooseworks might have confirmed that they actually do get out of the circus. This is not something I was expecting. Since the beginning of the first episode, everyone's been saying, there is no exit, they're trapped in there forever. However, Gooseworks has said something interesting. Gooseworks confirmed that all of the characters do have real names that she knows, and that some people have actually guessed some of these names. Most people know what Kinger's name is. Where did I throw him? Most people know what Kinger's name is. Everybody's guessed either Grant or Grand, probably Grant. because of that little source code bit in episode 8. So yeah, Kinger is Grant. I do have an entire conspiracy board in that closet right there that actually still has all the Kinger is Able theories on it, so... Looks like I'll be, disposing of that now. And that somebody has guessed Zubal's name, but put it for the wrong character, most likely Gangle, maybe Ragatha, and that she's seen one person guess Ragatha's name and one person guess Pomni's. So the question is, are we gonna find out their names because they begin to remember things? You know, now that Kane is no longer in charge, maybe they get all their memories back, including the memories of their names. Or is it because they escape? Well, which one seems more likely to you? Of all the things Kane has done to try and subdue the humans, I don't think he'd make them forget their own names. He really doesn't have anything to gain from that. I think, logically, from a writing perspective, there is no deeper lore to why the humans can't remember their names. It's most likely just, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the character was named Jax, Pomni, Ragatha, Zubal, and Gangle and Kinger, instead of Dave, Paul, Grant, and Billy Bob Joe? In case you're wondering, in that circumstance, Pomni was Billy Bob Joe. Who knows, maybe I guessed it. Gooseworks, can you confirm? Because I know you're definitely watching this video, because I'm so famous. The other elephant in the room is Jax. Insert joke about the elephant actually being a rabbit. Or a bunny. Is there a difference between rabbits and bunnies? Wow, that was so entertaining. Anyways, I don't care. Basically, Jax is going to abstract. Or something like that. We've seen tons of evidence of him almost abstracting before, and in the newest episode we see a glitched out, staticky version of him as he's flashing back to all of his memories of his friends, most likely abstracting. And if that's not enough evidence for you, we can literally see on the poster for the episode Jax's face splitting off and being some sort of weird, like MC Escher painting or something. I'd use my Jax plush as a prop, but I'm still pretending that he's hard to spot. Have you found him yet? Let me know where he is in the comments below, and if you don't, I'll kill you! Until then, I will be using this knockoff Bonnie plush to represent Jax. Oh, wait. I will be using the Hex Bonnie plush to represent Jax, because this costs a lot of money and I need to use it for something. So, logically speaking, Jax is most likely going to abstract. Was that a good joke? I don't know, is a Hex plush reference too niche? Do you guys watch Dako? I have no clue. I don't think he's going to abstract in the normal way. When we see Jax going to abstract, he's this weird, glitchy, staticky mess. Cause, as I've always said, the concept of abstraction is really cool, and the glitching black blob with tons of eyes is awesome. But like, why do they look like giraffes? That's not scary. Or existential, it's just kind of silly. It always struck me as weird that an abstracted character wouldn't be like a strange, weirdly formed version of themselves, but just like tall black blob with eyes. Whoa. But that was most likely due to the budget constraints of the original pilot. So likely what's gonna happen is Jax's abstraction is gonna be a lot more, intense. The show's heavily been trying to go more and more into like the body horror stuff, like with them ripping off Jax's face and stuff. I think the abstractions are going to be much more interesting now. I think Jax's abstraction is going to be very cool, existential, and most likely parody or draw parallels to. Sorry. I meant parallel. That was genuinely a mistake. I was not trying to be sarcastic there. Jax's abstraction will most likely parallel that of the sort of abstraction in the original I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream was the original book that the Amazing Digital Circus was based on. And in the end of that book, guess what? One of the characters is left as a, I suppose spoilers, but like, it's not really a plot twist heavy book, it's more just existential horror. So, one of the characters who is trapped in a video game run by an AI character is the only one left alive because all the other characters, and this one character is left just completely alone and then becomes an amorphous blob that has no mouth and must scream. Ooh, spooky. And I think that's what's going to happen to Jax. Clearly, the abstractions were meant to look like this famous image of the character in this state, so I'm guessing that Jax is going to be some form of that. If I had to guess, if I had to come up with what I think the ending is going to be, for whatever reason, the other characters are able to leave the circus, but Jax is not. Jax... What happened to my voice there? The other characters will be able to leave, but Jax will be left trapped. He'll be stuck there forever and probably abstract into some weird, monstrous thing, and we get to see it from his perspective, all these fun visual styles of staticky, glitchy nonsense, as he's just trapped in nothingness for all of eternity. I think this is where we're gonna get the clearly existential sort of ending that the show wants, while also having it be somewhat happy for the characters we like, as clearly this show isn't quite as dark as people are making it out to be. I'm not saying it's not dark. I'm just saying, guys, it's not like cosmic horror levels of bad yet, but I feel like this could be the way that they push that envelope and get over that hump and make it into full-on cosmic horror. Having it be implied that there's a character stuck in a digital hellscape all alone for literally infinite years, I guess. It all depends on how the program works, because I suppose time doesn't quite move the same, because to escape, they'd have to escape back into their bodies, which would have to be there. So that's my theory. Either that or just rot theory is true, none of them escape, and they all just end up abstracting in a hellhole for all of eternity. Who knows? I don't! So I think that's what's gonna be happening in The Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 9. Coming to theaters near you. Wait, it's actually coming to theaters? Oh my goodness. Americans have all the fun. You guys get all the merch pop-up stores, the episodes in It's in Canada too? Holy guacamole, yes! You better believe I'm gonna be filming that. Yes! So if you want to catch me going to the live premiere and telling you everything I can without, like, spoiling the fun for everybody, I will tell you all about anything they have in there, including, apparently, a custom special recap that will not be in the YouTube episode. And who knows? Maybe there will be other stuff along the way. I don't know. Maybe Kane will show up.